Who is going to quit? There's always one, but it won't be you, 7 Platoon. It will be someone from 7 Platoon, but it won't be you. In the trenches with Kaz. And tell me who it was. Hey team, how are we going? It is Kaz from In the Trenches with Kaz, and I am here for the call out, the advice for 7 Platoon. Those from around Australia about to enlist, head to Kapooka, the home of the Australian soldier, for their all-corps training, their inoculation, the metamorphosis from civilian to soldier, all-corps soldier. Take away any of the excuses as you follow the footsteps of the Anzacs in the month of Anzac Day and Cappy on the 24th. Don't forget it, Old Faithful, 3 area, so that you can be set apart, become a different version of you, bring out the true potential, be tested, fail, be rebuilt, picked up or fail and quit, which you won't do, and then move on to become the better version of you. Another thing, team, remember you have 100 points. Only you can lose them. As you go through the gates, oath or affirmation, 100 points. Hold on to them. They're up to you to lose. Some of you will, some of you are going to quit. Where actions instead of words, actions instead of emotion, allow you to be able to speak with not just authority, but with stoicism. Understanding that your feelings aren't going to get you anywhere. It comes down to the herd, the code of conduct, the mission. This is the people that are on my list within the green book right here who have stepped off, given their oath or affirmation. Some today, some tomorrow, Muñana in Spanish. And when the course starts officially, basically on the 7th, if they don't have COVID lockdown. And that's a thing in itself. An animal, a beast that can bring some undone emotionally, maturely. So let's get to it. To 7 Platoon, this is the recipients we're talking to today. We're talking about Hotel Lima. I'm not going to mention their full names because I don't want to get them in trouble. Maddie, we've got Marcus, the Roman. We've got Gaspo, eats too many prunes, maybe. Can find spaces, maybe not. The Jam Man. Sounds like he should have gone to Navy. We've also got Kelly, Senor Darcy, Richo, and we've also got the Tasmanian Devil. He's heading into winter, which means he might even need 2 DOS hoods on his sleeping bag as he heads into winter. Guys and gals, probably many more. From In the Trenches with Kaz, sharing the Australian uniform as they step into the career of champions. Here's some pointers for you. The first one we're going to speak about is your first 48 hours. And that is going to be when you enlist in the Australian Army. The first thing that's going to happen is you're going to muster in a location. We'll use Sydney as an example. You're going to stay in a hotel. You're going to give your oath and affirmation, oath or affirmation, one to the Queen or one to God. You have to choose one or the other. It's up to you. And you're allowed to have people there to watch you go, send you off. Don't make your parents spend exorbitant amounts of money as you go from sometimes youth to adult, like a Zyrtec. They'll see you at the march out if they can. If not, they might see you at your march out for the IET training, initial deployment training, which follows Kapooka. So the first 48 hours. Be careful you don't get too familiar with those that are going in with you. Remember, this is the group, the herd, you can have the least in common with, because they're going to go to all different corps, shake, 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 personalities fall into where they belong. This is where they're the most emotional. This is where they're throwing out a life ring for allies, for someone to support them, just like they would be in the first day in a penitentiary, jail, prison. You're going to have a lot in common. It's going to go a long way, your attitude. Make some friends, but remember, they're all going to be erased when you get put into a section allocation, and now they become your new brothers and sisters for the next 3 months. We'll call it loosely 3 months. So the flow. The first 2 days, in and out of hotels, etc., oath or affirmation, then onto buses to Kapooka, where you'll be given your accommodation, which could be either COVID, quarantine, or it could be straight to a platoon. Either way, the thing you need to be careful of is the first 2 weeks. If it's at the COVID quarantine, you need to be careful here, because that's 2 weeks where you're thrust together where you can start to have some falling outs from people because you can't train, there's going to be boredom, etc. You're going to have your mobile phones maybe near you, which wouldn't be a good idea because that is a life support system to home that can make you start thinking if those that don't believe in you are telling you, come home, and you might actually believe that. The first contract you should have with those back at home is when I call you, it may not be for the first few days, I'll always call you pretty much the same time so they can get in the routine, if you haven't rung by this time, that you're not actually going to ring them that day. And the reason that is some consistency for them, some respect for them, and also for you so you don't feel the pressure, etc. The other one is make a contract with home, we'll call this point 1 if you want, where you let them know, do not bring any pressure on me. I'm here now, oath or affirmation, I'm on the Queen's coin, not Meghan Markle's, never be Queen. Don't bring stress into my life, I already have enough here. The time to taught me how to be in the military was before oath or affirmation, that's done, so now be a supporter. And if you don't support, then basically shut up, leave me alone, let me do my job. Don't encourage me to quit. That's point 1, out of the way, family, tick. Not write you a letter if you be good to me. It's a game show. This is point 2. I've said this many times before, treat this like a game show. It's all about attitude, sense of humour, understanding you are going to get yelled at. You are going to fail things. Not everyone is going to like you. You're not going to like everyone. You're going to fail things. You're going to get picked up. You're going to get retrained. But you're going to be okay as long as you don't quit. You've been told mentally, physically, intellectually, and medically that you're good to go. There's no excuse to quit. Don't quit. Sense of humour. Have a sense of humour. In the back of your mind, laugh when your mates are in trouble and encourage them to laugh at you when it's you. Understand what the Army's contract mission is, and that is to get you from point A to point B successfully. They're not trying to fail you. They want you to pass. They want you to wear the uniform, 2, 3, down, become a long-serving soldier within the Australian Army. And remember, the Army's mission is to get you from point A to B without personality. Kapooka is all about the grinder. Get you in, get you out, competent or not yet competent, repeat, rinse, repeat, back squat, etc. Once you prove you're untrainable, you quit, see you later, step someone in. Don't waste the government's money, don't waste the taxpayers' money. Get in there, do your job, get out of there in one go if you can. If you get back squatted, we'll talk about that in another video. You're religious. On Sundays, you're going to be religious because that means you go over to where the Sully man is, where the chapel is, when everyone else might be mopping up, etc. You're going to be eating biscuits, potentially having a sip of a cup of coffee, being able to have normal communication. It's going to give you some time out on Sunday mornings. You can even take your phone with you, I guess. Okay, it's an illusion. Remember, the military is an illusion. Okay, the perception that they're angry at you is not necessarily true unless you've done something catastrophically stupid for a second time occurring. You can stuff up everything once except an ND, negligent discharge, or something endangers someone else, or something goes against the code of conduct, and we've got a military legal system just for that. Don't feel sorry for yourself. If you stuff up, accept it, lick your wounds, move on. No one likes a sulker. You're a conservative. Lefties don't make it in the army, not very well anyway. If you're getting yelled at, take your mind into a different space. Eye contact, feet together, close your mouth, accept it, move on, bitch with your mates, tell them it wasn't fair. They'll agree with you. They don't mean it. You stuffed up, and then you go out and get on with it. No sulking. You're living in a completely different world, so just accept that. And as you get further in training, initial employment training, your unit, etc., okay, the hand will slowly come away and you won't even feel it, where you have more freedom of movement, conversation. Section commanders then called by names, not corporal. Okay, where you can walk around and go and get a cup of coffee. And as you can represent the uniform in the customs and traditions of the army, you will find that you are given a lot longer leash and you may not even realise it's happening. For example, Kapooka, no tabs, red tabs, blue tabs, yellow tabs, graduation. IET training, march around in pairs. Don't talk while you're walking. Go and have a cup of coffee after hours, go and swim in the pool. Do some push-ups. Okay. Familiarity, as we said, it breeds contempt. These guys, your mates, they're not necessarily your friends. Be careful who you trust and what information you trust them with. Let people prove, okay, their friendship to you. And then you'll know, once you get to IET training, where you're likely to be taken away from these guys or gals, who you choose to stay in contact with. You don't stay in contact with people from primary school. You don't stay in contact with people from high school. You don't need to do it in the army either. Because every time someone gets taken out of your call sign, someone will replace that person. Do not fraternise. Do not try and put your willy near another person, or your kitty near another person, or accept someone's sweet talking promises that you can be a partner later in life. I've never heard of a Kapooka relationship flourishing ever. So don't try that one on for size. It's not worth it, and it's a crime by the enemy's eyes. Enemies, army's eyes. So, in conclusion, let's call this 7 Platoon. I'm in your corner. I'm here for you. Subscribe if you want. I hope your pack is light and your picket is short. Take it easy. You're joining at a time where you're going to hit winter in Kapooka and the School of Infantry. Good soldiering, and welcome to the Australian Army, the best small army in the world. How do you know you're from in the trenches with Kaz? Let us know in comments below what the signal should be. And those from 7 Platoon right now in a hotel room, getting ready to get on the bus, as I'd say from New Zealand, tomorrow, mañana in Spanish. Good luck, take it easy, and good soldiering. Welcome to the Brotherhood. And I'll call you brother after you're qualified. See you later. 2-3 down.